Okay, welcome back. First people that I haven't seen for, I don't know, probably nearly 2 months. I left on July the 31st. Yes, I've got pictures. Pretty horrible. So welcome to chair yoga. I nearly said gentle yoga. It is gentle, but it is chair yoga. So if you're at home and you haven't done this for a while, or it's the first time you've done it, then please only do movements that feel good to you today. That might be different than what you did last week. And since some of you weren't here last week, who knows? Who knows what you've been doing? So let's start. Feet flat on the floor if you can. We'll try to keep our legs parallel. Try not let them hang out and twist too much. We'll sit up nice and tall. Has everyone got water, by the way? Yes, okay. So let's come away from the back of the chair to start. And think of drawing the ribs in. So there's a connection between the front of the ribs and the pelvis. So it's almost like you're tucking under a little bit. We're trying to avoid the flaring of the ribs out. So we're not doing this. We're drawing everything in and then think of getting really tall. In fact, let's bring one hand to the top of the head and then push the head up into the hand. You can maybe make it to be 5 foot. Keep the ribs in. Now keep that nice tall spine. Release the hand. Relax the shoulders. Now we'll try and keep the spine long, but we'll let ourselves rest against the back of the chair without doing this, okay? So we can still be relaxed, but not that relaxed, okay? Let's close the eyes. Drop the chin a little. Draw the elbows back so your arms are relaxed. And just notice your breathing. You've got that gentle sound of rain outside. And let that help calm our breathing. Let's bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest. Don't change how you're breathing, just have your hands resting there and get a sense of any movement you can. It might be subtle, it might not happen at all. Then without forcing your breath, I want you to think about the belly and the chest expanding forward and up. It doesn't have to be a big breath, but just thinking directionally. And we'll slide the hands to the side, so just to where your ribs are a little bit above your waist. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed as we're doing this. I want you to think about breathing into the sides and expanding the rib cage out to the side. Again, you might not feel it. Don't force it. Just bring some awareness to that direction. And you might notice one rib side moves more than the other. And then bring the hands back to the thighs and notice where your back is touching the chair. I'm going to take a few breaths thinking about the back ribs against the chair. So again, we're not forcing it, just noticing that movement towards the back. Whereas I didn't go on do not disturb. And we'll bring the hands back to the belly. Let's bring them around the belly button. You can make a little diamond shape around your belly button. And think about all of those movements, forward, back, and to the side. Again, I'm not asking you to make a really big breath. Just think about moving the torso, letting it open in all those directions. So what we're really trying to do is just get the diaphragm moving a little bit and helping your breathing be a little bit more efficient. And then bring the hands back to the thighs and just breathe in your normal way. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them as we begin to lift the chin. As you breathe in, just like you're lifting your face towards the sunlight, so no further than that, and then slowly lower as you exhale. Take the whole breath to bring the chin down. We'll do that a couple more times. So the whole breath to come up, and if that's too slow, you can take an extra breath. Exhale, lower. Trying to keep the movement smooth. And we'll do one more. And we'll bring everything back to the center. And again, first, move the shoulders just a little bit to make sure they're relaxed. And then we'll turn the head towards the right shoulder. And come back through the center, maybe breathing in as you come through the center and breathing out as you turn. And we'll do that a couple more times. Keep that movement smooth. And you might notice you can turn it a little further one way than you can the other. Let's do one more. And we'll come back to the center. Let's move the shoulders around a little bit. Let's let the arms hang heavy and shrug them up towards the ears like a turtle. And then lower them down. Or a turtle with an open mouth even. Like a baby bird. And then two more. Now, as the shoulders come down, think of the neck getting longer because the turtle's poking its head up out of the shell. We'll do that once more. So let's just check in with our posture and see if we've come back into our slump or if we've still got a little bit of length in that back. Ooh, nice, everyone. What were we doing? Oh, shoulders. Now let's do some big movements with those shoulders. If your arms are really tired, you can do this without moving your actual arm. You could just move your shoulder. But if you can, let's bring that arm forward and then up and around. So we'll try to keep the chest facing the front. So we're just moving the shoulder in that socket rather than making it a big twist and moving the arm further back. We're just getting that movement here. And you might need to bend the elbow a little bit if you're really tight. And then we're going to reverse direction. So go back, then up and forward. And enjoy every little click that you're feeling right now. Let's do one more. I heard that. And then bring that down. Actually, just let it hang there for a moment. Let it be really long. Let's just bring that left ear down as that right arm hangs heavy. Let's bring the head back to the center, bring that hand down. And we'll take the left arm, sweep it forward and up and around. So compare this to the other arm. You might feel you have more motion or less. And then we'll switch directions. So you have movement, but it comes at a price. This one feels better to me on this side. Let that arm hang heavy. And let's bring that right ear down. And come back to the center as both arms hang heavy. And then we'll come to the left ear again. And then back to the center and to the other side. Bring everything back to the center. Move those shoulders around. Tired today? Yeah. Okay. Well, you've got another 15 minutes and we'll let you. Let's warm up our hands then. Little fists, keeping the arms as still as we can, just moving at the wrists. If you want the fan on a bit more, are you too warm? Switch directions. I think once you start yawning, it's hard to stop, right? And then open the fingers wide. We're going to make you think now, and then close them down. So stretch and fist. Stretch as wide as you can, and then make a fist. Then we'll add to it. Stretch and claw and beak and fist. Stretch and claw and beak and fist. So what we've been doing is doing that, mixing it up, and then doing it with our eyes closed. So maybe we should try just doing it visually. I don't know if this will work, so we'll try. So I'll say a couple as we're doing it, and then I'll try stop talking, and you have to follow visually, okay? So stretch and fist, beak, fist, claw, beak, stretch, fist. Good. Wow. So now we'll try the other way. Close your eyes and we'll just listen. Or you'll just listen. And I'll just do whatever I want to do with my hands. You'll never know. The camera doesn't lie, so people at home will see that I'm faking it. So fist, beak, fist, stretch, claw, stretch, beak, claw, stretch, fist, fist, beak, fist, claw, stretch, beak, fist, claw, beak, claw, beak, stretch, fist. Give them a shake out. Not bad. You really had some serious concentration there. Yeah. I was just, nobody messed up. Even I was doing what my mouth was saying. So that's always a bonus, isn't it? Oh, let's stretch our fingers out. Let's start with that right hand. So we're still trying to keep other parts of the body from being really tense when we do this. So we are holding our arm up, which is a bit of effort. So 2-finger Boy Scout on the pinky finger. We're not actually pushing down, letting them rest there. And then we'll move to the ring finger. I think my wedding ring's in the kitchen. I hope so. And then the middle finger. And then this one. Index finger. And then the thumb. And if you notice any of those knuckles feeling particularly tight or gnarly, you can give them a little bit of attention. I can offer my hand if somebody wants to give me a hand massage. We'll wait till after class. You do my neck first, and then my hands, and then my feet. Let's try the left hand. Pinky finger. I can't persuade my husband to give me a foot massage, though. It's a big deal. And then the ring finger. You can do it yourself. You can get a knuckle. It's not quite the same. And then the middle finger. And maybe notice if this hand feels different than the other hand. And then index finger. Oh, and then the thumb. And then give a little bit of attention to any gnarly bits you have there. It is a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. Let's stretch out our arms a little bit. So we'll bring our hand out to the stop, turn the palm down, stretch out. So let's just check in with that right shoulder, which is relaxing down. Relax the right shoulder. It's hard because this is natural to do that. And then release that, give it a little shake. And we're going to sweep that across, catch it with the other arm, pull it in towards you, other one. Right arm comes across. You have two arms, try the other and then turn the head to the right. Put your ankle behind your head. And then relax that. We're going to repeat that in a minute because that second stretch is so much better, isn't it? So let's do the left arm first. Turn the palm down, stretch that out without the shoulder lifting quite so high. Yes. She's looking very sporty today, isn't she? With a little, you look like you're going to play golf or something.
It's an improvement over the scrubs we get from part of the scene.
Yes. Yeah, you see, I really dressed up today. I don't know why I'm wearing all black. Let's release that and sweep it across. Ooh, turn the head. And then relax the arm, give it a little. And we'll go back to the right arm and sweep it across. Ooh. Yes. And then relax it. It's not really a movement we do very much. If you think about it, that wrap opening across the back, it's a nice movement to do. Let's try the other. Yes, we're going to do that later. Yeah. You can just be in charge of class today. We'll do whatever you want to do. So I don't have to think about it. It is. Of course it is. And look, we're sort of matching socks too, right? At least we're in the same kind of general colour scheme. These were Juanita socks, I think. And we'll come back, give that little bit of movement. Oh, so now we've opened our upper body a little bit. Let's play around with our feet. So let's just get them moving. But actually, I'm not very good at doing this, so imagine there's a towel underneath you and you're trying to pull it in with your toes, so trying to scrunch the toes up and then release. I don't have a lot of movement in my toes, so see if you can do that. I have a pin in one, so that's my excuse. That's good. Nice, good movement there. I don't like this very much. Yeah, so this toe, I can't. Yeah. And then let's try to just lift the toes off the floor and then lower them. So lift the toes and then try to spread them. So we're not lifting the whole foot, just lifting the toes if you can. Oh yeah, you have a lot of foot flexibility there. And then we can pretend that we're doing it. We can try lifting one toe. So you can maybe lift the big toe. She does, doesn't she? And then maybe try just lifting the little toe. So some people can actually lift toes individually. I can't do that. I can't do that. But you could maybe, like you're doing, sort of roll through them a little. Yeah, we're doing the wave with the toes. It's a little bit easier to do them one toe at a time. Oh wow! I feel we should be filming this. That's really, it's like a little. It's like there's a little worm in there or something. That's really impressive. Oh. See? Everybody has their special talent. Congratulations, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So let's lift the heels. I think I can manage that. And then lower down and pull the toes back towards the shins. Yeah, feel that stretch. Lift the heels, feel that work in the calves. Lower down, pulling back. So we'll do that a few times. So really important to have some ankle mobility. Helps our balance, helps us recover if we're tripping or falling. And then we'll switch and we'll do one heel and the other toe. We'll do this in honor of Juanita because this would make us laugh, yes. You do wonder, don't you? And then let's stretch one leg out and then the other. So just to get the clicks and crinkles out of those knees. And then when you feel you've got them moving a little bit more freely, you can lift and think of pushing through that heel. Lift and push. So you might feel a big stretch in the back of your leg here. You might not. And we'll do the left. And then next time we lift the right leg, let's leave it up there and we'll point and flex. Oh, my husband can do that. We watched a YouTube video to do it, and then we'll make some circles. There's actually a method of doing it. Yeah, sort of put one inside the other, and yeah. Switch directions. So we forgot to do this last week. So we're going to write something with our big toe. I think we should write rainbow since you're wearing rainbow socks. So try and keep the ankle still. No, it's not sunny enough for a rainbow. And then bring that down and give it a little shake. Let's try the other leg. Point and flex. Now I've got to think of a 7-letter word that isn't rainbow. Tornado. It's 7 letters. That's true. We're not getting a tornado, are we? And then make some circles. But since we said that you're teaching class today, then yeah, we'll do whatever you say. Switch directions. We should be careful. Who knows what's working in that little brain there. Okay, so I'm going to write tornado with our big toe. So we're really just making random movements with the foot here. You don't actually have to spell tornado. No one's checking and bringing in. Just bring the hands to heart center. Interlace the fingers and push the palms away. So you breathe in, lift the arms. If this is too much with your hands facing up, but you could keep your palms facing down. So depending on your shoulders and your arms, let's get really tall here. And as you exhale, bring the arms forward, let the spine round as you come down. We'll inhale, lift up, and exhale and fold. Let's do that once more. I think this music is making me move really slowly. Let's lift the arms up. This time we'll bring the hands behind the head. Let's push the head back into the hands a little bit. So we're pushing the chin back. Tuck your chin just a tiny bit, Kathleen. Yeah. And then release that and begin to take a bend to the right. That's the goal. And then release that right hand. Lift the left arm up and over. Let's come up to the center and over to the left. Let's do once more to each side. It's really strange music, isn't it? Up and over to the left. And come back up through the center. Turn the rib cage first and then lower the arms down and take a twist. So that right hand can come to your hip, it can come all the way behind the chair. We're trying to keep the spine upright. Keep breathing. And then we'll reach that right arm behind. Sweep it all the way up and over. Keep reaching it towards the opposite corner. Keep reaching, 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 and then bring it down to the opposite knee and take that forward fold. Now keep the arms crossed. We'll begin to lengthen and give yourself a big hug. Wrap the arms around as far as you can go so your right elbow should be on top. Let's move to the right first and then make some big circles forward and around. Do one more. Pausing in the center, open the arms wide, reach the fingertips behind, lift the chin and chest, and then relax everything down. Come to that resting pose with the hands on the knees. Take a breath or two. And we'll sit up tall. We'll bring the hands to heart center. Interlace the fingers, switch the thumbs, and then all the other fingers. So you've got the opposite interlace, so it might feel odd, it might not. It does to me. I know it doesn't to you, because you brought the oddness with you. Pushing out, lift it up. Maybe you're ambidextrous, yes. And exhale and fold. Inhale and lift. It's good to do things with the opposite hand sometimes. Lifting up, breathing in. So ribs can reach out here and then exhale, curling everything under. This time when we lift up, we'll stay there. Bring the hands behind the head again. So pushing the head into the hands and the hand gently into the head. Tuck the chin a little bit. Get that little stretch. And releasing that, take a side bend. Let that left elbow get heavy until it's so heavy it needs to release. And reach that right arm up and over. Inhale through the center and over to the right. So everything is facing the front here, or trying to face the front. So it's a side bend, not a twist. And we'll come up through the center, twist first, and then lower the arms. And take a few breaths here. Okay. I think we have to do something about this. Let's just try something. Try something different. Release the left arm, sweep it up and over. Reach towards the opposite corner. Keep reaching and reaching. Big stretch down the left side. Release the hand down to the knee and take that forward fold. We'll slowly lengthen. Keep the arms crossed. Give yourself a big hug. Left arm should be on top now. Or not. No. The other left arm. So we'll go towards the left first and then forward. Oh, it definitely feels different on this side. Let's do one more. And we'll come back to the center. Open the arms wide. Lift the chin and chest. Point those fingertips back. And then wrap everything around. Hands to the knees. All forearms to the thighs. To take that forward fold. Also a good time to take some water. Let's slowly lengthen. All right, let's get our brains moving a little bit. Okay. out in front and down. Let's do that a couple of times. In front and down, in front and down. Okay, so we're going to add across. So we'll start with the across, 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 and front and down. Again, across, across, in front and down. See, easy peasy. So now we'll add the tap to the head, right? It's a tap, not a slap. If you're going fast, you can end up hitting your head quite hard. So we'll start with the head, 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 across, across, in front and down, head, across, in front and down. Once more, across, across, in front. I can't watch you while I'm doing it. So now we're going to tap the opposite leg. So if you're feeling really frisky, you can lift that knee up to it. If you don't want to, just lift it down. Put your hand down. So we'll start with that. So knee, knee, head, across, across, and out, and down, leg, knee, head, head, across, across, in front, and down, leg, head, across, in front, and down. Once more. Let's do it once more. We'll edit that part out. We'll do it once more. I think she was pretty good. Yeah, I think everyone was pretty. It was me that flubbed it. Well, it's good for you. Yeah. So let's do that 2 more times. We'll try and do it fast. Right? Leg, leg, head, head, across, across, in front, down. Leg, head, across, in front, and down. Or some version of that. That was pretty good. Kathy, you are like on fire today. Well, we didn't do the shoulder one. There's only so much that our brains can take because it's been a while since we've done that.
But it's hard to do, not really just the cross of the individual arm, but only to the same side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's deliberate. Okay, that's why we need to do some across, some lateral. It's important.
I think it's aging.
So now we're going to lift our legs a little bit. So we're going to take a little kick out to the front and then bring it down. And then we're going to alternate. So the legs are just coming forward and then forward. We're going to bring the opposite arm out in front, opposite arm, and opposite, opposite. And then out to the side. So you're always doing the opposite arm and leg up to the top. Across like a punching and punch and front and side and side on diagonal, reaching down, all together. Let's rewind the brain, let it calm down a little bit. It's okay. Our heart rate's going a little bit there, didn't we? Let's do some sun salutations because
Yes, it's the one curve.
Sit up tall to start. Again, we're trying to keep our legs parallel if we can, as best we can. And let's bring our arms down by the side. So we're finding that very first nice tall spine that we tried to start with. The shoulders are relaxed, and we take a breath in and reach the arms up. And exhale and fold forward. So this could be a little fold if you're a bit dizzy, or you can come as far down as you feel comfortable. We're coming up halfway, finding that long spine, shoulder blades glide onto the back, and then fold forward. Inhale, lift and reach the arms up. Exhale. So remember, if this is too slow, you can take extra breaths. So you might be breathing in and out and in. That's perfectly okay. And exhale and fold. It's more important that you keep breathing flat back than you follow me exactly. Inhale, lift and reach. And then exhale the arms down. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale to sweep up. Exhale to cactus. Keep the spine nice and long here. Hinge forward. And then fold. We'll lift halfway. And fold. Inhale, lift and reach. Come back to our cactus. Let's take a side bend. Up through the center. So really use your torso here to pull you back up. Let's do one more to each side. It's nice to have that stretch, but it's also a little bit of work. Back to the center, hands come down, lift the chin and chest, draw the elbows back, so widening across the collarbone, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then tuck everything down the opposite way and reach the arms forward. Let's do that once more. Lift the chin, chest, elbows come back. Exhale, tuck the tail under, round the spine, reaching forward. Come all the way back up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And bring them to cactus. Keep the spine long and hinge. And then fold. Lift halfway. And fold. Inhale, lift and sweep up. And come to your cactus arms. This time we'll take some twists to the right. And then back to the center and to the left. And then back to the center. Let's do one more twist each side. Lower the arms, that cobra, lift the chin and chest, elbows come back. Tuck the tail under, round the spine the opposite way, reach the arms forward. Let's do one more, lifting chin and chest, really pull the elbows back. And then rounding forward the opposite way, and then come back to that resting pose with the hands on the knees or the forearms on the thighs. Take a few breaths here. Feels humid, doesn't it? Yeah, take some water if you haven't already. Let's bring the feet together. And keep the toes together, open the heels, and then the toes, and then the heels, and the toes, and then we'll reverse. Never comes back to the same place. I don't know why. Do that a few times. Just getting those heels moving, get the ankles moving. Run out to the side. Oh, that might be a rain dance instead of a sun dance, and then relax. Let's turn around to the side. I'll stretch out our legs a little bit. Let's just come into our triangle pose first. So holding onto the back of the chair with that right hand, spine is nice and long. Think of tucking that left hip under and reaching towards the knee. So your head can be anywhere here, but think of the neck staying in line with the spine. Then you can rotate it. I just don't want you to kind of drop it down, if that makes sense. So I like to look towards my foot, but you could look, some people like to look upwards. So heels on the floor, toes are reaching back towards the shin. Keep breathing. Let's bring everything back to the center. Bring that leg in and then slide it underneath and maybe back a little bit. We're just going to hold it there. So you can bring your hand to the hip. You can lift your arm up if you want to do that extra work, but think of that left hip coming forward a little bit and the right hip coming back, lengthening through the front of that thigh. If it feels okay to lift that arm, you could do that and maybe take a little bit of a back bend. Really just lifting the chest. Keep breathing. If your arm's lifted, let's lower it. Bring this leg in and let it rotate in and out a little bit. And then we'll keep hold of the chair and come around to the other side. This time we're facing the left leg, holding onto the chair with that left arm. Let's bring that leg out to the side. Keeping the spine nice and long. We'll tilt towards that knee into your triangle. Flexing that foot, drawing the toes back towards the shin. And slowly lifting up. Bring that leg in and we'll slide it behind. So we're trying to keep the spine long, pulling that right hip a little bit forward, staying here. Or if you feel like it, you can lift that arm. It's not required, obviously. You could stay there or make that a little tilting back into a back bend. And let's release the arm. Bring the leg back underneath. Move it around a little bit. And then come back to the center. How's everyone feeling? Okay. Let's do a little bit more upper body movement. So we'll keep the feet where they are. I'm going to bring the arms out in front. So the left arm is not doing anything. The right arm is going to make a big rainbow up and around. So now we are twisting the chest with the arm moving and then sweep it across like a book closing. Inhale, lifting up, turning the chest, reaching around, and then sweep it closed. Up and around. Sweep it closed. And this time we're going to stay there. So reach up and around. Now you can keep your arms reaching or you can let them relax down and come into that simple twist with your hand on the hip. Yep. Keeping that spine nice and long. Keep breathing. Slowly unwind. Take a little twist the other way. And come back to the center and we'll try the other side. So arms start out in front. This time the right hand is staying still. Sweep up and around. And then sweep it closed. So lifting up, turning the chest to follow that hand, and then back to the center. Breathing in as you lift up and around, and sweep it closed, and then this time we'll stay there. Lifting up and around, and we'll stay in that twist. You can relax the arms down if you like, or you can keep them reaching. And let's slowly unwind. Take a little twist the other way. And bring everything back to the center. Move those shoulders around. Do a little bit of work with our legs. So just working on our hip flexors, lifting one leg and then the other. Lifting one and then the other. You could do this with the leg out if you want a little bit more work, but I think bent leg is fine. A little marching. So again, we're trying to keep this all still as this is moving. So we're trying to avoid this. No one's actually doing that, but you get the idea. Lift up. And then we're going to lift up and out and up. Other leg up and out and then in. Oof. After a couple, it starts to feel like work, okay? Look at you go. You are like on fire today, aren't you? It's like, she's like, I'm doing this. And bring him back. Let's do once more to each side. So everyone seems to be enjoying it so much. Oh, and then come back to the center and then relax for a moment. So the little hands of your sock are just peeking under the cuff of your of the leg. So there's just like a little hand sticking out there. So we're going to lift the legs again. This time I want you to think about using the back of the body to do it. So to start with, we'll just squeeze one cheek or glute and then the other one. Right, so just squeeze one side and then the other one. So some people can't do this. It's okay if you can't do it. Sometimes it's easier to do it when you're standing up. Squeeze one leg, squeeze one glute, squeeze one cheek, and then the other. Now I want you to think of using that and the back of the leg to help lift that leg. And then lower it, and then squeeze and lift. So you'll still be using your quads, but we can use the back of our leg a little bit too. Lift. So a lot of back issues we have are because we're not using our glutes enough. So I'm going to get those glutes working. So you could do this lying in bed, sitting down, no one would know, apart from that strange look on your face of, cheeky. And then relax. Let's bring the feet a little bit wider. And we'll drop one shoulder in, a little twist, and then come through the center, and then the other one. Yes, we're coming back to our jazz dance. A little bit of, yes. A couple more. So you can keep this really small, or you can make it really big, whatever feels good today. And then we'll pause in the center. Let's heel toe those feet back in together. And we'll come and do our last leg stretches. Let's take the, I've got to get the click out of my knee first, the right leg out. Oh, yes. Or the left leg, whichever, a leg. So the other foot is flat on the floor and we're sitting up tall. And hinge forward. So when I say hinge, what I mean is we're not curling underneath. We're staying high on the sits bones and bringing the top of the pelvis forward. So we're hinging the pelvis forward. At some point, you won't be able to hinge anymore. And then just relax. No, you stay there. It's me. Something just sending me a little message there. Keep breathing. So this is a good place to practice that breathing into the back ribs.
When the music changed, stop yawning.
Ah. And we'll slowly lengthen. Plus, you've been moving, so you've been getting blood circulating, and probably helps. I know we all want to have a nap, but sometimes moving helps. Sitting up nice and tall, hinging forward, bring the chest forward, and then when it won't come forward anymore, you can let the upper back and head relax. And slowly lift up, bring that leg in, give it a little shake. And we'll come to our hip stretch. So if you're at home or you have tight, you could bring just the heel to the ankle and return that outside, or you could bring it onto something like a block or a couple of books, or you can bring it all the way up and over. Wherever you are, that left foot is flat on the floor. Not underneath you here, nice and flat. I like to flex the foot. I think it helps keep all the bones aligned, so we're not going to twist too much. So this already feels like a stretch to me, so I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit. If you need a little bit more stretch, then you can hinge forward, but right now, I don't think to need that. So when you get to that position where you feel some resistance, then ease off a little bit, take a couple of breaths, and then you might be able to relax a little bit further and get that movement that you want. Slowly lengthen. Oh, unwind that leg, move it around a little bit. Ah, and then we'll try the other leg. So again, starting here, lifting onto something small or higher, or maybe bringing it up and over. And we usually have one hip that does not feel quite as cooperative as the other one. So it always takes a long time for this muscle to relax. So we're looking for relaxation, not necessarily a big pull of the tightness. So let it go. Think of releasing rather than stretching. And just keep breathing. Let's slowly take one more breath. And then we'll unwind. I just need that extra couple of seconds there. Move it around. And it's set up for our Shavasana. So finding a comfortable way to sit. So if you're at home, that might mean lying down or moving to a different chair. For us, we'll try to find a comfortable position. You might bring the feet together, feet wide. Still want our long spine. We're going to relax against the back of the chair. Close the eyes and let the head drop. If you don't want to close your eyes, just take a soft focus a little bit in front of you. Draw the elbows back. We're just going to focus on our breathing today. So we'll take a few moments first just to let our breath relax back to its normal pace from having moved around a little bit. And just bring your awareness to your breath. And by that, I mean the actual movement in and out of your body. So that might mean noticing your belly moving, feeling the breath in your throat or your nose. And it's hard to keep focusing on our breath because we get distracted. So we're just going to do one breath. And then we'll do the next one. So one breath at a time. So you're watching your own breath and your own body do this simple thing. Making sure the jaw is relaxed and there's no tension that you're holding in your body. Breathing in and letting it go. So if you're at home and you're watching this on the video, you could stay here as long as you like, just focusing on your breath. If you need to go about your day, you could begin to introduce some small movements, starting with your fingers and toes, moving the wrists and the ankles. And it might feel good to take a big full body stretch. Sitting up nice and tall, let's bring the hands to the heart. We're always grateful to be in this beautiful space and to be surrounded by people who care about us. And we're sending out positive thoughts to all our friends who aren't here and to people who are going to have a challenging few weeks. So, namaste. Thank you, everyone.